What's fascinating about young people today is many of them are natively digital, natively interested in technology, and understand that technology does solve problems and make our lives better.
During the most recent Web Summit, Cathie Wood, the founder of ARK Invest, delivered a keynote speech in which she made a bold prediction about the future of her 5 innovation platforms: blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, genome sequencing, artificial intelligence, robotics, and energy storage. However, the interview that followed was somewhat confrontational, with the interviewer challenging Cathie to explain her ideas will succeed without adhering to traditional benchmarks, especially given that her fund is currently down 75% from its all-time high. The interviewer also questioned Cathie's new fund that ARK Invest is launching, which aims to allow a younger audience to invest with a lower monetary barrier of entry. Nevertheless, Cathie held her ground and relied on her research, showing proof of concept with her 20x call on Tesla when many others said the trade was foolish. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where, despite the doubters, Cathie remains convinced that her 5 innovation platforms will explode over the next 5 years, also making a very bold prediction for the total cryptocurrency market cap in the future. Also, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free and you can always change your mind.
So ARK does one thing. We don't pretend to be an asset allocator. Our clients are the asset allocators. And our clients decide for their clients how much risk this client tolerates. So we focus exclusively on disruptive innovation, research and investing, nothing much. We're not distracted by anything. So it's really up to asset allocators and to individuals also to assess their risk tolerance. The great thing about young people and today is they are cutting their teeth on cryptocurrencies, crypto assets, which are extremely volatile, much like our funds are. They understand if you keep your eye on the prize, you're going to win. What's fascinating about young people today is many of them are natively digital, natively interested in technology, and understand that technology does solve problems and make our lives better. I think they certainly do after the last year and a half, but even before that, as we were going into COVID, in a 1-month period, we were down 46%. If you look at ARK's entire lifespan, its fund span, roughly 8 years now, you'll see that there have been risk-on, risk-off periods. And our client base, our asset retention has been phenomenal because our clients know that you average down into periods like this. And they also know and are learning as they study the various benchmarks and indexes out there that they don't have the kind of disruptive innovation that our funds do. We are a great diversifier. We think most individuals and institutions are short truly disruptive innovation and that we can help diversify them. Based on what? The last 20 years, 22 years have been characterized increasingly by a shift towards passive investing and benchmark-sensitive investing. Why is that? It is because of the tech and telecom bust, and then again, 08, 09. And many people saw these benchmarks, the passive indexes, doing better than investors who actively manage their portfolios. Well, this was part of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you have the pendulum swinging towards these benchmarks and towards passive, they probably will outperform. But if we are right, and for the first time in history, we have 5 innovation platforms, 14 technologies, the seeds of which were planted more than 20 years ago, all ready for prime time now, all ready for exponential growth opportunities. What that means is the traditional world order is going to be disrupted. How? These 5 innovation platforms, they are going to impact every sector, every industry, sub-industry company. So we use our research. The screen for our portfolios is not a backwards-looking index. That would defeat the purpose of investing in the future, right? The screen is our research, and we give it away so that our clients and others can understand why we're investing in these technologies, why we think they're so important. and why they should get on the right side of change. This is part of our mantra. Many people think they are exposed to our kinds of strategies, the disruptive innovation with NASDAQ 100, for example. They are not. If you look into that index, what you find, FANGs, NVIDIA, good company, Tesla, we own the last two, but we have not owned the FANGs for quite some time in our flagship strategy. And if you look down below in the other 50% of that portfolio, you'll find food stocks, you'll find brick and mortar retail, you'll find utilities, you'll find energy. If people want innovation, they should invest, someone should provide them with innovation and not a hedge. Their advisors can hedge, or they themselves can hedge. You can hedge with cash as well. Well, if you think about innovation that's going to disturb the traditional world order, who are the big banking clients of these banks, right? The traditional world order. They give them a lot of business. And these littler companies, smaller companies, are nipping at their heels, and they're basically dismissing them. And so we are the only company, I think, doing the depth of research on truly disruptive innovation out there. And we are also doing something else that traditional research firms do not anymore. They used to when I started in the business. We are focused on a 5-year investment time horizon for our public portfolios, and now for our public-private crossover fund, longer still. This is what's missing in this market, this very short-term behavior that has forced management teams into basically catering to short-term desires like buying back shares, paying dividends, instead of investing in innovation. I do believe that during the past 20 years, we have been through the most massive misallocation of capital in history. This move towards indexation, what is it? It's investing in the past. The companies at the top of these big benchmarks are there because of past success. If we are right, and there are 5 innovation platforms, which include 14 different technologies, all evolving at the same time, and S-curves are going to be feeding S-curves as they converge, then the traditional world order is going to be, we think, severely disintermediated, if not destroyed. We center our research around understanding how technology learning curves are going to translate into cost declines, and how soon these technologies will become inexpensive enough for broad-based access. So that's what we do, technology by technology. The 5 major platforms right now are, one, we used to call it DNA sequencing, or the genomic revolution. Now we call it multi-omics, because we're not just talking about DNA, it's RNA, it's proteins, it's, biology is extremely complex. This is going to, we believe, bring about cures for disease. We're already seeing it with CRISPR gene editing in beta thalassemia, sickle cell disease, ATTR. These are cures. And one of the companies in our portfolios is sure that they will have the answer, meaning cures, for diabetes, which is one of the biggest costs in the healthcare system around the world today. So multi-omics, robotics, which we don't think is going to replace jobs as much as increase the productivity of human beings, especially collaborative robots that are covered in sensors. Energy storage, so electric vehicles, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence training costs are dropping, according to our estimates, by 60% per year. And the breakthroughs in AI are astonishing even us. We expected, for example, computer programmers to increase their productivity with AI, with something called Copilot now, in 10 years. It happened in 6 months. So again, truly disruptive. And then the last one is blockchain technology. which, if you think about the internet, many people say to me, oh gosh, that's where, we were in the tech and telecom bubble right now. We beg to differ. Blockchain technology basically is providing us what the internet was lacking when we didn't understand that it would involve commerce. And if you look at the cost declines associated with each of these technologies, you look at, and Wright's law says for every cumulative doubling of units produced, costs decline at a consistent rate for each technology. DNA sequencing, 40%, or if you're talking about long-read sequencing, 28%. Robotics, 50%. Battery technology, 28%. Artificial intelligence, I just mentioned, we're getting our arms around what this is, but AI training costs dropping 60% per year, and these breakthroughs, astonishing breakthroughs, is the best in the business. We have two very important proofs of concept here. Tesla, we were ridiculed for our forecasts on Tesla. Why did we get that one right? Because we understood where battery technology was in terms of cost declines, hitting tipping points that would increase access. And so Tesla did go up 20-fold. So exponential growth is what many people in the traditional world, not this world, but many people in the traditional world are scared to death of exponential growth. Why? Their first exposure to it was in the tech and telecom bubble, and that ended badly. Investors were flocking. That was the time to say, wait a minute, the technologies are not ready and the costs aren't low enough yet. This can't happen. Today we're saying, hey, the technologies are ready, the costs are low enough, and you've got investors not running into these technologies, but running away from them, which, by the way, I've learned from very early in my career. If everybody is looking in this direction and thinks this is the way it's going to work, and you see evidence building, data building, suggesting this is the way it's going to work, you're going to make a heck of a lot of money. 5 years is our investment time horizon. We believe these technologies are going to scale in the global equity markets from $8 trillion now to $210 trillion by 2030. And if you want to see the building blocks for this, go to ARK-Invest. Our big idea is 2022, and you'll see the building blocks for that $210 trillion number. We're very excited about he believes in vertical integration, and I think he's thinking about a super app like WeChat Pay. Remember, he started in the payments industry. PayPal, he sold his company to PayPal. He and Jack Dorsey working together, I think, could turn this into a super app. And
super app in terms of money making, but is it the super app?
No. I mean like a digital wallet. So you do all your banking there. Maybe there's something they're doing with Cash App. You do all your shopping there. You get your loans there. It's your bank branch in a pocket. I think they have a good shot. And one of the reasons, as I've watched Elon, he truly believes in vertical integration. That would be a magnificent vertical integration. And remember, he already has designed and is manufacturing the ultimate mobile device, the internet on wheels. It's called Tesla cars. He knows how to do this. I think the darkness was in their opacity, Twitter's past. Like, we didn't see the algorithms and how they were working and what they were open source, transparent. This generation, we know this. We built ARK on top of transparency and true democratization. They want the transparency.
Thank you, Cathie Wood.
Thank you.
Thank you.